Good morning, Pastor Joshua. So here's my question of my interview. First, there's a lot of business out there, yet why did you choose to build this school?
Okay, good morning. First is obviously our decision or my parents' decision to start the school is not really because of the business side of it, but it's actually the ministry side of it. So because one of their mindset is they want to help the community and reach the community for Christ. So the best way to do that is of course to start a church and at the same time to build an educational center for the people. So I think that's part of their calling, and to build a school and to train the students to become like Christ, at the same time to be trained academically. So I think that is one of the purpose why they chose this kind of quote-unquote business, but actually it's a ministry.
Thank you. Second, in what way can you compare the old students' generation back then and the generation now?
Okay, so I think there are pros and cons to that. I think the previous generations were more mature in a way because we are trained that way. Although we still have our immaturities during our high school days, but compared to the immaturities right now, it's different. That is probably one of the things that I observe because of the nature of how we are brought up with our parents. So that's one. And right now, it's very different. A lot of the students are more, I think, very much entitled to themselves. So they tend to see themselves as very important people, which sometimes it's or most of the time it's not good because it's not really about us. But again, the positive side is I think students right now are more behaved than students before. So although it's a different behaviors, like before there's a lot of drinking, a lot of smoking, a lot of things like that, frat maybe, but now the students are not really into those things, but like they have just different vices like gadgets, things like that. So probably that's the difference. It's the modernization of those vices probably.
Thank you. Third, how did you manage to develop the school?
First, a lot of things like that, frat maybe, but now the students are not really into those things, but like they have just different vices like gadgets, things like that. So probably that's the difference. It's the modernization of those vices probably.
Thank you. Third, how did you manage to develop the school?
First is it's always about God's wisdom. It's never my idea or my wisdom. I always give credit to God because apart from Him, I cannot really. I don't really know how to develop the school, but by God's guidance and wisdom, I was able to make decisions that will help the school. Of course, with the help of my father and my brother as well, and the teachers behind, the teacher and the J, who I always check to if why did they do these things before and try to apply it right now if it's still relevant or not, or how can we improve. So all those things that doesn't really come from my own idea, but it's I believe the wisdom from God that I always ask from Him.
Next, as we all know that this school started in 1991 as Dawn Preschoolers. So in what year did the elementary and secondary department was built?
Okay, I think it's probably around 94. I mean, after the first batch of the preschoolers were able to graduate their kinder 2, right away we started an elementary because it's like a transition that after the kinder 2 graduate, they go to grade 1, so that's why we started to open the grade 1. So it's every year, grade 2, another year, grade 3. So it's the same process towards high school. But I think it was probably around 1993 where we started the elementary, and high school probably after 6 years of elementary. That's the time where we probably opened the secondary department.
Thank you. Last question. There are 4 branches of this school. The question is, what is the reason behind that you built another branches?
Okay, so the reason for those branches is in a way they are going to support the local church which my father is focused, which my father focused before before he went to of course Mindanao. But our goal is that the school will be supporting the local church